What's poppin', Conroe High? Today is February 18th, 2020. I'm Amir.
And I'm Andrea. In today's show, we'll be talking about the two homes collapse in Tennessee's landslide and the coronavirus.
So stay tuned for today's episode of Total Recap. Over the weekend, a landslide along the Tennessee River collapsed two homes, according to the Hardin County Fire Department. The landslide took place in an area known as Chalk Bluff, about 100 miles northeast of Memphis. The first house was occupied, however, the Hardin County Fire Department was luckily able to evacuate the homeowners from the property before the landslide could take place an hour later, collapsing the house down the steep bank. By Sunday afternoon, the second home was also swept into the Tennessee River, Hardin County fire officials said.
A new study has found that men are more affected by the coronavirus than women. The coronavirus has been spreading across China and has shown that men have a higher risk of death than women. If the contact of the coronavirus, Chinese research concludes that the largest study of outbreak to date, officials recorded a 2.8% fatality rate for male patients and a 1.7% for women. Simon Clark Association in Cellular Microbiology said on Tuesday, it might be down to the sort of men and women concluded in the analysis. It might be a patient exposure to situations that will put them at risk. It might not be an underlying biological reason.
We will now take it to a quick commercial break.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls in 8th grade.
Oh yeah?
That one day at PE when they were yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much that helped me because I finally knew that I had somebody.
Good afternoon, Conroe High. I'm Justice, your weather anchor for today. If you look over here today, it is partly cloudy with the high being 74 degrees and the low of 55 degrees with an 80% chance of rain. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy, having a high of 55 degrees and the low of 49 degrees, also having an 80% chance of rain. On Thursday, the high will be 49 degrees and the low of 35 degrees with a 70% chance of rain. On Friday, the high will be 52 degrees and the low of 36 degrees with it being partly cloudy. And finally, on Saturday, there will be a high of 58 degrees and a low of 51 degrees with a 30% chance of rain. And now a quote by Loren Hansberry, who we will talk about here in just a bit. "There is always something left to love. If you ain't learned that, you ain't learned nothing," said Loren Hansberry. We will now take it to a motivational video.
Finally, there's a scientific reason to stay away from toxic people. It is mirror neurons. You ever wonder why yawns are contagious? Why when somebody else yawns, you yawn? Why even me going like this? Some of you just yawned. Got it! What is a neuron? A neuron is a brain cell. So mirror neurons means that our brain cells mirror each other's. They connect with each other, which is why when you see someone smile, you smile. Which is why your favorite shows on TV add in laugh tracks, because they know when you hear somebody laughing, you're more likely to laugh. The next time you're in a restaurant, do this. Notice two people in a good relationship having a conversation. They will begin to unconsciously mirror each other's body language. There was a study done years ago where they put electrodes on babies' heads so they could study their brains. Don't freak out. I don't think any babies were hurt in this experiment. But what they discovered was fascinating. When a baby reached for something and when they saw someone else reach for something, the same part of their brain lit up. When they saw something and when they did something, the same part lit up. Now, what am I saying? What does this have to do with picking your friends? Well, if you're around somebody that's constantly negative, angry, judgmental, and pessimistic, and you're watching them, the more those parts of your brain are gonna be activated in you. And neurons that fire together wire together, which means the connections are gonna grow stronger and stronger. Keep in mind, this is a totally unconscious process. You can't control the neurons consciously. So since it's unconscious, we have to protect our peace, our space, and who we hang around. We have to model people who already have the habits that we want and limit our time around people who have habits that we don't want. Because see, I'm telling you, if you... Did you just yawn? Peace.
Hey everyone, we want to finish our new cast today with a few announcements.
The National English Honor Society is in the process of inviting new members. Applications for the consideration are due on February the 21st, and the induction ceremony will be held on March the 18th. If you would like to be considered for membership, please pick up an application packet from your English teacher.
Attention National Honor Society members. February's meeting is next Wednesday, February 19th after school in the LGI. There are several important items on the agenda, including upcoming inducting ceremony. Make plans to attend. This meeting is also open to applicants who would like more information about NEHS. Don't forget, all applications for new membership must be returned to Ms. Moret by the end of the day on February 21st. If you are interested in trying out for Girl and Girls, there is a packet at the front office. You must have a physical on file in order to participate. The tryout meeting will be on the 25th at 6:30 p.m. in the main campus. If you are interested in joining the yearbook or newspaper next year, stop by room 227 or the main office to pick up your application. Applications are due Friday, March 6th. This week's College of the Week is Texas Southern University. Texas Southern University is a local HBCU located in Houston. It is known for its law program as well as its business program. TSU is one of the few law schools in the state of Texas. When Texas Southern University first opened its doors, it had about 2,300 students enrolled. Today, the new university has more than 90,500 students enrolled. That represents the students from ethnical and culturally diverse backgrounds. Check out this video.
I could have sent my children to any school around the country, but we chose Texas Southern because they were interested in educating these children.
Any field that you leave Texas Southern with a degree in that you decide to pursue, you're not there because it's sympathetic. You're there because you're one of the best.
In honor of Black History Month, today we'll like to honor Loren Hansberry. Loren Hansberry was a playwriting and writer. She was the first African-American female author to have a play performed on Broadway. Her best-known work, the play Raisin in the Sun, highlights the life of Black Americans living under racial segregation in Chicago.
Much of her work during this time concerned the African struggle for liberation and their impact on the world. Hansberry's writings also discussed her lesbianism and the oppression of homosexuality. She died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 34. Hansberry inspired the song by Nina Simone entitled To Be Young, Gifted, and Black.
Well, those are all the announcements that we have for today. Don't forget to follow us on all social media, KTIG News.
As always, CHS, start strong, finish strong. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for more KTIG news.